Here's your host, Chelsea Edwards.
Welcome to another episode of Chatting with Chelsea. I'm your daytime bestie, Chelsea Edwards. We actually have an audience here today. That's what all that hoopla was about. You know, guys, we do a lot of self-improvement on this show, teaching you how to level up in every area of your life. I mean, that is what Chatting with Chelsea is all about. But sometimes we forget an important step on that journey to becoming our best selves. And that is accepting and loving who we are right here in this moment. And that's whether or not the world loves us back, right? All right, so that's what today's show is all about, loving the skin that we're in. And my internet bestie, the plant queen, said it best. I mean, you were born to remember your brilliance, even when other people have forgotten theirs.
I'm just gonna say it. You're not too much. They're painfully plain, woefully devoid of flavor, flair, and fortitude. And they lack the exquisite architecture to balance beauty and bite. Will you let mere mediocrities cast shadows on your shine? Ha! Never!
Never! You know, shine on, all right? I love Plant Queen. Welcome to Chat with Chelsea, Sonia Graham, Ferrell Phelps of Skin I'm In Talent Agency. So let's start there. Explain Skin I'm In.
So our agency, we represent people that are underrepresented, number one, because our motto is everyone should be represented. And so in the industry of talent and entertainment, you notice that in the commercials and things, you don't see everybody represented. And so it's our goal to change that.
Okay, so these are not like the typical models that we see in magazines. These are people with unique features, things like that?
Both.
Well,
you know,
okay.
we have people with vitiligo, we have people with albinism, but we know it's everybody. So all ethnicities, just everybody. When you look in the mirror and see yourself, you'll see yourself a part of the agency.
I love it. I love it. So, Ferrell, tell me how this all started.
Yes, Chelsea. In addition to being a photographer, because I am a photographer, I'm also a talk show host. My show's on YouTube, The Ferrell Phelps Show.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kindred spirit over
Kindred spirit, without a doubt. And I was asked to come to Germany in 2016 to interview the Princess of Stuttgart, Germany.
Wow.
Yes, it was a wonderful experience. I was there for 8 days. On my 7th day, they took me to an incredible spread for dinner. You know, I like to eat, so it was perfect.
Nice.
And
okay, see, another kindred spirit. Yeah, we're here.
I like to eat. I'm a foodie for
He's a
sure.
foodie.
Without a doubt, I'm a
For
foodie.
sure.
And so we had a waiter that was very, very richly melanated, beautiful, rich, dark melanin. And I said to the princess and the people that were with her, I go, whoa, look at this melanin, man, that's amazing. You know, with a level of excitement and hype about it. And the response was, if it was midnight, I wouldn't be able to see him unless he smiled.
Oh, wow.
Followed by laughter. And a
That's
few
what
other,
she said?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Followed by laughter. And I was offended by it, being that,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And so I said to her in that moment, Chelsea, I said, isn't it amazing that God created each one of us in his likeness, yet each one of us is different?
Yeah.
So if what you're looking at is what God created, who are you to talk about what God created?
That
Really,
was a perfect comeback.
you know, and I'm like, okay, I'm in Germany, I better be cool. Let me just
Yeah. I'm out of the country.
let me
gotta
chill
make
out a
it
little
back.
bit, but
Okay.
you know, but okay. And I had an 18-hour flight back to the States, and all I could think about was, did that really happen? It just kept replaying and replaying in my mind. And I'm the kind of person that, in order for me to do something, oftentimes there has to be an experience that ignites that.
Yes.
So in that 18-hour flight, I had time to think about what I could do. And what I determined was that I would do a photo exhibition called The Skin I'm In. And in that photo exhibition, I wanted everybody to be represented. I wanted light complexions, dark complexions, nevus, neurofibromatosis, ichthyosis, albinism, vitiligo. I wanted everything to be represented in that exhibition. Adaptive models, adaptive people. And so I did it. And the post went viral when I posted for people to do it. And people began to contact me from all over the world, literally all over the world.
Wow.
Africa, India, and all over the United States.
They wanted to be a part of this.
To be a part of it.
Yes.
As a result of that, people from all over the world fly into Houston for me to photograph them for this exhibition called The Skin I'm In.
Beautiful.
And you know, we would hear stories about how they were treated and mistreated because of their uniqueness. Oftentimes people would get very emotional and break down crying in the studio, sharing those stories. And I thought, this is bigger than just a photo exhibition. This should be an anthology, a book where you see the photograph, but you also read the story of the talent that's in the book and that what they've gone through living in the skin they're in. And so that's how it began. That was the beginning. It was hugely successful. I thought, okay, one time is enough. But the esteem had been built. You know, it was rolling.
Right. You already had all these people wanting to be a part of it.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay.
And so everybody was like, well, when are you doing it again? I'm like, oh, no, I'm good. I've done it, you know. But it just built up and built up and built up. So, and then Sonia and I met. And she's an incredible businesswoman, an incredible visionary. And her thought was, have you thought about an agency? I'm like, oh, I got so much going on.
You're right.
And next thing I know, we opened the agency. And that's how the Skin I'm In agency was given birth.
Wow. So now you had a place for all these people who wanted to be in the spotlight and represent all these different looks. I love it. Okay, well, we're going to meet some of your models.
Absolutely,
right?
yes.
Okay, after this quick break, you guys don't want to miss this. We got more with the Skin I'm In right after this. Besties. Now, if you're not already loving the skin that you're in, we're going to get that together by the end of this show. We already introduced the founders of the Skin I'm In Talent Agency. Now we've got the beautiful models on Chatting with Chelsea. Welcome. All right, we got to introduce you guys. We got Terry and Drew over here, and we also have Kaden, Abina, and Pius joining us. Oh my goodness, like y'all are bringing the energy, bringing the looks. I got to know first, how did you know that you were ready to rock a runway or a photo shoot? Like, when was that moment for you all?
I didn't know. I had to be approached, maybe, right?
Okay.
I had to have that opportunity to say yes, so I wouldn't let everybody else down, not just myself.
Yeah.
I was pushed.
You were pushed by who?
Yes.
Which one of these
By
pushed you?
myself and my man right here, Ferrell Phelps.
Nice.
You know, conversation opened up a lot of doors.
Nice. Farrell, what was that conversation like?
Well, you know, when I saw Drew, I thought immediately, because we are, Sonia and I are the owners of Skin I'm In. And so we noticed people that have a uniqueness.
Yeah.
And when we saw Drew, we were at an estate sale, actually. And I said, hey, guy, I noticed that you're adaptive. And he said, yeah, man, I've been like this since I was 30, 31. I'm 35 now. And so we started a conversation. Yeah. And he said, and I said to him, I said, well, I'm the owner of the Skin I'm In, Sonia and I. And he said, man, I know all about that. And he started talking about the Skin I'm In. So I'm like, whoa.
Y'all built a name for yourself.
Well, I guess so, yeah. And I was really surprised. And he immediately said, whatever you're doing, I want to be a part of it. And the same week, he was in the studio shooting for the Skin I'm In project. And so I'm so excited. I'm so proud of him. And I'm so glad he said yes, to being a part of it, man.
Meeting you led me to bigger things I didn't know I could accomplish. All of us. Yeah. Right? It was just allowing ourselves to be the unicorn that we are.
Wow.
Right? In our own universe.
I love that. You're the unicorns.
Yeah.
You surprised me because you're a quadruple amputee.
Yes.
Okay.
I am a lower bilateral and upper bilateral quad amputee. So below knee and above elbow. In 2020, the world hit us hard, and it hit me in the form of necrotizing fasciitis, which is flesh-eating disease, and I went septic. Through that process of saving my life, they had to kickstart my organs and cut off the circulation to my extremities, and that led to me being here now. Right? That trauma, it embodied me and allowed me to grow into what I had no idea what I could be.
And a whole model.
Yeah, a whole one. Maybe not a whole one, but a model.
That was good.
Yes, he's got the jokes. I will tell you. He's been bringing the jokes all day.
A man that could laugh at himself will be humor forever.
I love it. Terry,
Yes.
were you already planning on being a model? Because
No, I wasn't, man. I really wasn't, man. I mean, he helped me come out of my shell a little bit.
Okay.
I was a bit of a shell for you don't know, I got vitiligo. It started when I was about 30.
Oh.
And I mean, when it first happened to me, of course, it was something new for me. It just started on my cheek, started to spread a little bit. And it put me kind of in a depressed state, you know what I mean? Because it was something new to me, and it was a big change for my appearance.
Were you still learning to adjust to
Oh,
a different
absolutely.
look when you were approached by skin?
No, I had kind of already adjusted to that. I
Okay,
had already
you were
adjusted
already
to it. Like, yeah,
at that phase.
I was past all that. But it was just like him introducing the modeling thing to me was new to me. So I was like, okay, well. And I told him plenty of times, like, I'm just your prop. So just how do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
And it just kept. Working with him the first time opened up more doors to me. That's why I was able to do other not photo shoots, like modeling with other people. And so it just worked out for me like that.
So it's like you have a new face that brought on a whole new phase of life.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I get people asking me if I died a lot. It's God given though. You know?
Yeah. And then Pius, you're fairly new to the agency.
I'm pretty new. I kind of have a similar story with Drew's story. So like, you know, well, the difference between me and him is I kind of knew I like wanted to model. You know what I mean, in a sense. I just never really knew where to start. I work at the local HEB by my house. You know what I mean, and I was just working. And one day I got approached by Ferrell.
Ferrell just finding them.
Yeah, he came up to me. He was like, "Man, I love your skin complexion. You know what I mean? My name's Ferrell. I work with this agency. You know, I think you'd be a great part of my agency." He told me about himself, about how his agency started, and you know, I just thought it was pretty cool. You know what I mean? I knew it was a really good fit for me, and especially because I'm albino. You know. I knew it was a very good starting point, you know.
Well, we're happy to have you. Happy to have you representing
on the runway, right?
We're excited about Pius, number one, because he comes with such good energy. And number two, he will be working on the runway November the 2nd, 2025.
Nice. Okay, so you
First
already
runway
have
experience.
something going on. Yes. All right.
So we're excited to have him on board. He's going to do a fantastic job.
Yes.
And I'm super duper proud of him.
I love it. I love it. And, Bina, you've been with the agency for a while.
Yes.
Since the beginning?
Since the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were you already into modeling at the time?
I actually grew up, my brother and my close friend were both photographers, so I was always kind of behind the camera, and I loved it, but I also had to, I was made fun of a lot, so it's like I loved my skin. I knew I was different, but I also wasn't confident in my skin. So modeling was always something I wanted to do, and I just tried to work with photographers just randomly, just amateur modeling. And then school was always the priority in my family. Like, I have African parents who were like, you are going to school, so
get that paper, girl.
even in,
I got African parents. They're crazy about school.
So even in grad school, I still wanted to model, but I was like, oh, it's probably too late. But I was like, no, I look kind of young, I think. And right at the end was when Sonia reached out to me and was telling me about the agency. And my sister was close friends with her daughter, Sonia's daughter. So we already knew each other, and she was telling me about the agency, and I just loved what it stood for. And I just thought, like, okay, I'm sold. God really made it all work out to where I would have the time to model, and that I was comfortable doing it with family.
Wow.
So,
incredible. Yes. And Kaden, you were actually a pageant title holder already.
Yes, I was.
Tell me about that.
So in 2023, I won a pageant. I won the title of Miss Texas Royalty Ultimate Queen 2023.
Oh, I like that title.
From the Dash Gordon Foundation. I like the title too. And it was their first pageant that they ever did, and I won. So that was really cool. And throughout the year, I was going to different events and posting about it. I actually did a couple shows in New York Fashion Week.
Cool.
So I posted about that. And I was a part of this Little People group for around my area. And Caitlin actually reached out and put something on the page.
Okay, Kaylin's in front of yours.
She's a part of the Skin I'm In Foundation.
Oh, okay, got it.
And she posted something about it, and I didn't see it, but one of the other people did. So they tagged me in the post, and ever since then, that's how I got connected.
Oh, okay. So there was already, I feel like there were a lot of connections happening as well. And some of these, you were just like, hey, man, you need to model.
We feel like weirdos sometimes because we're talking somewhere and people be like, and we're like, oh no, we have an agency. They're like, okay.
Okay, because y'all are just staring and pointing. Okay.
Exactly.
Beautiful inside and out. Okay, so you guys, we got to talk more about people embracing the skin that they're in and how you do that. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back after this.
Come back to me.
Before the world can embrace you, you have to learn to embrace yourself and love the skin you're in. So we've got the models and the founders of the Skin I'm In agency. Abina, I want to start with you because a lot of people struggle with this, especially if they were teased about something growing up like you were. How did you change your mindset into, I was put down for being dark, but now it's like my shining feature that I'm using to make money.
Yeah, because I really used to like hate my skin. Yeah, it was like I would be really shy. I was very shy growing up. But one thing that helped was the world kind of changed from being hateful towards dark skins to loving them and just thinking that they're amazing creatures that are just glorified now. So that kind of helped me. But another thing that I realized was in my spiritual life, that kind of started to take off, and just learning who I am in Christ, like what God sees me as, because I'm like, why do I have this beauty? Like, what is it for? And really understanding my purpose. It's a process.
I love that.
Yeah.
And Katie, you also have a spiritual foundation.
Yes, I do. I was raised Christian, and growing up, I would have people of all ages really look at me differently. Mostly kids, but the kids would be like staring and kind of like pointing and like whispering a little bit. And so some would come up to me and ask like, hey, like, why are you little? And I was like, well, like, God made me this way. You know, he doesn't make mistakes.
Oh,
so
that's beautiful. You have that foundation.
Yes.
Already.
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome. What about you guys? Like, what was the mindset adjustment, or how would you advise people, especially with a change like yours, Drew, to start embracing it?
That was one of the most difficult things to do. I was in a beautiful, able-bodied at birth, so having this taken away from me took time for me to look at my shadow and look in the mirror and smile again. I didn't want to go to that estate sale. I was afraid. I was afraid of how I would look. I was afraid of what people may ask me. And through that fear, I turned it into fuel. And now I'm a nuclear reactor.
Hey,
you know?
I love that. I love that.
We all are.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
I love it.
I mean, and it was through that, going there and just fighting it and saying, forget about it, just do it. It brought me here. And when people ask what happened to me, I say, questions are free, answers cost. Cough it up.
You speak now, right?
That's a good one. I like that. Yeah.
Making money as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible. Like, you had no idea who you would meet at that estate sale that would change your life.
Idea.
I'm glad you found the courage to get up and go.
Me too.
And so are we.
We all are.
Yeah.
I know for me, it's like I was naturally, and I still am, naturally like an extrovert. So I'm always talking to people. I'm always just outside like that. You know, but when this first started for me, like I said, that put me in a depressed state to where I was an introvert. And I didn't like that. Like I started to not like myself because I wasn't myself. You know what I mean? Like I didn't go to clubs. I didn't go to restaurants. I barely went out. You know what I mean? So it was like, I didn't like myself. I'm like, I got to get out of this. Eventually I was, the confidence started coming back. And I'm just like, it is what it is. I'm gonna just embrace it now. I love it. I wake up every morning. I still see it, but it doesn't affect me like it used to.
Right. And it's something to celebrate now.
Because it was something. It wasn't like I wasn't born with it. It started in my 30s.
Right.
So of course it was a big adjustment to have. So
that's
like
one of the interesting things about vitiligo. it can start at any age.
Yeah.
And so it's not prejudice.
Yeah.
At any time, any place, anyone. And so yours started at 30, but it can be at any time, any age.
Just know we're 1% of the population.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Only 1% of the U.S. gets, not even U.S., the world. 1% of the world gets
Very
vitiligo.
unique. We've seen the fashion industry also embrace vitiligo as
Absolutely.
well. Now, Pius, did you struggle before? You said you always wanted to be a model, but was there a phase for you?
To be honest with you, I've never really had a phase. I've always been a kid that, like, you know, like, I always knew I was albino. I knew, like, that was a part of me. So I never really, I knew I was different. You know, I never really got bullied, you know what I mean? God blessed me with this, you know, with this skin. I really appreciate, you know, that sort of aspect of things. I think I stand out a lot, you know what I mean? Especially when, you know, you're you know, a good person. I think you know, I think it's a great part of me.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Man, I love that.
I love how y'all stand out, not just because of looks, but because of the people you are within.
Yeah.
So we got to take a quick commercial break. This conversation is so good. I hate to break it up, but we got to take a break. We'll be right back after this. It has been such a pleasure hearing all of your stories. Thank you for bringing them to Chatting with Chelsea. And you all are in a fashion show, so you guys have got to check out Skin I'm In Fashion for more on that. And if you're interested in being a part of the agency and finding out more, you guys, thank you so much. We hope everyone has learned from this show to celebrate the skin that they're in.
Love the skin you're in.
Yes, love it. Keep up with us on social at Chelsea Show Fox, and we'll see you on the next Chatting with Chelsea.